Yo, what's going on, guys? Jay here from Easy Blade. Today we're going to do a clean skin fade, and it is my first time using enhancements, guys, so don't laugh at me at the end of the video. So what we're doing here is just doing our skin line all the way around. We're using the babayliss FX on the skin line. Now what I did here was I just used the T outliner. I didn't use my shaver because I did want to show you guys a new trick and show you guys how you can use your shaver at the end of the skin fade. A lot of people, when they try to use the shaver first, they feel like they create a line. I'm getting a lot of DMs and messages like that where people are saying when they use the balding machine they can't seem to get out the line. So I want to show you guys another way, another trick. What we're doing here is open up our clipper all the way. We're using our Wall 5-star and creating a guideline, and that's our clipper open up all the way, which is a half basically. Now what I'm doing on top is basically a 3, just going over it, making sure it's nice and clean. Now you're going to do that, make sure that you go all the way around the head, make sure everything is cleaned off. What we did here was use a number 2, and we're just going to fade it up to the crown of the head into that 3. Not really doing too much. I just wanted to do this step because I wanted to just make sure that I cover myself when I use my next guard, and just cutting a little bit in the front area of the head because he does have a cowlick in the front. Now we drop down to our guard 1.5, and we're just basically fading into that number 2. As we're getting higher, we're opening that lever and fading into that hair. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side of the head as you see me doing right here, making sure that it's nice and clean. Fading the front again, like I said, because he has a cowlick, and we want to make sure that that area is flat. Next thing we did, we dropped down to our 1 guard. Same thing, flicking the wrist as we get higher, opening that lever and fading into that hair. Make sure that you're flicking that wrist, guys, very important. Same thing on this side of the head, guys, making sure that it's nice and clean. Now the fade didn't really take transition until we dropped down to that half. He does have lighter hair. Now when you're fading somebody with lighter hair, I want to say it's easier to fade somebody with lighter hair. It kind of blends a little bit better. We drop down to our half guard right here, and we're basically just transitioning. You can't see too much happening until we drop down to that 0. And this fade is more on the higher side. It's kind of a higher fade. Basically what we got. You're going to do this on the other side as well. Then we're going to drop down to our 0 and just fade out that skin line. Now if your clippers are 0 gap, you should be able to take out that T outliner line like I'm doing right here. Your clipper should be 0 gap so that you can remove that line. It should be a lot easier than you think it is. A lot of times people don't have their clippers 0 gap, and if you guys are looking for a video on that, you can go to our channel, type in how to 0 gap your clippers, and you'll find a video on that. What I'm doing here is just making sure that the blend is right. You want to go over it until you feel that the blend is right. Now you can see a transition that happened here. It looks really good, but you really won't see that real transition until we get down to that skin using that shaver, which a lot of guys are having a problem with. Like I said, I'm getting a lot of messages about that. When people use the shavers, they feel like they can't get the shaver line out. Well, this trick right here I'm going to show you guys will help you guys get that. You won't even create a line when you're doing it. So I'm going to show you guys a quick trick on that. So again, we're just working that out, making sure it's nice and blended with the machine. As you can see, taking out the skin line easily. As long as your clippers are 0 gap, you're going to be able to remove that skin line created by that T outliner. Now I'm really gonna make the fade pop as soon as I finish this part right here. I'm really gonna make that fade pop. Now here we go. I'm grabbing my shaver, and I'm only using the front part of the shaver. You see me turn the machine towards you guys. I'm only using the front, guys. I'm not using the whole shaver, and what I'm doing is I'm angling it up at the head. Now at the bottom, I'm gonna use both sides, and as I get higher, I'm only gonna use one piece of it, as you can see me doing right there. I'm only using that one part of the shaver, guys. And that's what's gonna really help you not to create a line. So we're doing the same thing. We're flicking our wrist at the bottom, using both of the shaver pieces. And as I start to go higher, I'm only using one part of the shaver. Go behind the ears, same thing. And you want to make sure that you flick your wrist so you won't create another line. Now look at the fade. Look how much more it pops out when you skin it out all the way. That's why it's very important to make sure that you skin the fade out all the way. We can go ahead and start lining up the front area of the head. Again, he has like a little cowlick, so we taper that out and basically shaping it up. We're going to hit it with the razor. We're also going to use some Easy Blade shave gel to create that, to let that blade glide. And his hair is a little bit lighter in the front, so we're going to apply some enhancement today. Now this is my first time ever using enhancements, guys, so don't laugh. I'm a little bit of an old school barber, so I never really used enhancements, but I've noticed the haircuts pop out so much when people use enhancements. Now what I did here was apply the shave gel. We're using Easy Blade straight razors and the double edge razors as well. And we're just lining them up. Now I noticed when I watched a lot of videos online, I noticed how much those haircuts pop. Like that fade just turns to something else once you apply that enhancement. So I figured, you know what? Let me start giving that a try. And again, this is my first time, guys, so don't laugh at me. So this is what we got for now. You can see the fade is nice and clean, popping out, even without the enhancement. But I want to go ahead and try this. What I did was I bought a cordless machine and applied some enhancement in there. And bought a card as well. And started to put a little bit of enhancement. And just, taking my time with it. Never did it before. Hopefully in the future you guys see a lot more of this. The card basically helps you so that you won't, go on top of the person's head. You don't want to put any of that dye on top of the person's head, because what that's going to do is basically create a line. You don't want to do that. You don't want to create, you're going to have to take that out. Now if you do, you can apply some alcohol and take that out. That's that side. I'm going to go ahead and apply on this side. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the straight razor and I'm going to go over it some more this way so it really, really pops. Now again, guys, my first time using enhancements. I think it came out pretty decent. So I'm going to let you guys look at the haircut and look how it came out. Pretty sharp. The haircut popped out a lot more on the front headline, and there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys. Jay here from EasyBladeShavingProducts.com.